Hello, everybody. Kim Carter here with Suzanne Santee, my awesome business partner. So we are Team Delta Fire, and we just wanted to pop on here and kind of tell you guys how this opportunity has changed our lives from health and fitness standpoint, from a business standpoint, from just a whole life standpoint, and show you what we do on a day-to-day basis, and see if it's something that you are interested in, and if it might change your life like it has ours. So welcome. We are so excited that you are watching this. Of course, write down all your questions, send them to us after the call or during the call, and we'll get them answered. So first of all, a bit about me. I just wanted to kind of start with both of our transformations. Again, this is from health and fitness standpoint and kind of life, right? Because this has, I know, transformed my life in many ways that I absolutely never expected. I got into this just to drop a few pounds and gain some energy. That's it. That was literally it. And at the same time, I was stuck in this. Well, I wasn't stuck. I was letting myself be stuck in a job in a profession that my heart wasn't in it anymore. And it stressed me out way more than it made me happy. And I think in the back of my mind, I was looking for plan B, but I didn't have a clue what that would be. I was a veterinarian. Like, that was what I always wanted to, well, not always wanted to do, but for a long time wanted to do and went to school for. So like, why would I change that without people thinking I was insane, right? But I didn't love it. And I found this after I decided to kind of take on my own health journey. Again, that was to just drop a few pounds, be comfortable in my skin, and really gain energy. That was a big one for me. I literally could not stay awake in between clients. Like, it was that bad. I would be writing charts, falling asleep, and then have to go in another exam room. It was bad. So I needed all the energy. And I found out that with just a lot of hard work, a little bit of hard work, depending on the day, hard work, learning a few things about running this type of a business, building this type of a business, using social media a little bit, and implementing some pretty simple strategies, I became free in a whole lot of ways, because now I am comfortable in my skin, and I'll show you my transformation picture here in just a second. But I love where I'm at right now. I have learned to eat healthy and fuel my body properly. But more importantly, too, for me, I got out of that veterinary career that I didn't love. I actually made this a full-time career. So, and I'll elaborate more on that later. But that is, let me show you my transformation too while we're talking transformations. I got to share my screen. Let's see here. Desktop. And then I'm going to let Suzanne share her story too. So this is my transformation. Not from the very beginning of my journey, because from the very beginning of my journey, I actually weighed less than I do right now. But I also had no muscle tone, and it was before baby, like all that kind of stuff. So this was me right after I had my baby. This was 6 weeks postpartum when I was cleared to work out and started my first postpartum workout program was Hammer and Chisel. And these were not just my results from Hammer and Chisel right here on the right, but that was, I don't know, last summer. I don't remember exactly when that picture was taken, but just to kind of show you, this has transformed me physically in a lot of ways, but mentally in a whole lot more ways, and financially in a lot of ways too. So I am going to stop sharing and turn this over to Suzanne so she can fill you in just a little bit on her story. Hey, Kurt.
There's Kurt. Kurt just got home. So for me, I got started with this 2 years after stalking Kim. And we have like a pretty long history of not being friends. We went to the same high school. We actually went to the same college. She was on the dance team. I was a cheerleader. Like, obviously, like we didn't run with the same people. And it was just, we've always been around each other, but never in each other's lives, really. and definitely not like friends. I'm sure we smiled at each other, but we really didn't have any reason to talk. So I watched her for like 2 years do like things that I wanted to do. I used to work for Jenny Craig. I was the center director for another weight loss company here in Colorado. And I honestly like felt like Kim was doing all of these things for herself that I should be doing. I had ended up putting on a ton of weight. I think the day that I messaged Kim, like while she was at the grocery store, I weighed 194 pounds. And I had put my challenge pack in the cart twice in the past 2 years. And I was like, no, you can do this on your own. And I was screenshotting all of her meal plans and like all this crap. And obviously it didn't work for me. So to try to do it on my own, I had no accountability. And like, I do really well in the morning. And then by the time nighttime was here, it was like anyways, 194 pounds. And I messaged Kim and I was like, I need to do this like right now. And she's like, I'm at the grocery store or something. I don't remember what she said, but I was so gung ho and set on this commitment that I could not afford. I did not have a job at the time. And I was terrified to spend $140. That's how much they were. It was one program. It wasn't all the programs. I was paying $140 for 21-day fix, and that was it, and a month of shakes. Now the value is like ridiculous. But to me, I was committing to make changes, and I knew that if I signed up as a coach, I had this whole thing in the back of my mind. I used to do this for other people and other businesses. Why couldn't I do it for myself? And so I signed up as a coach with the intention of using this as an accountability factor for me to maybe try to make some income. Also I had some other problems, and I'm not going to go into that on this call. But they were serious health concerns. And so I knew that if I had to show up every day like this was my business, even though I literally had 200 friends on Facebook and I did not know anything about what I was about to get into. I never made a video on Facebook, never. And I honestly was terrified, but it was mainly more of I got to leap with faith here and like make some huge changes. So I did. And Kim didn't answer right away, and I was very impatient. So I just went ahead and like, I knew she was going to be my coach, and I just figured this out on my own because she had been so consistent for 2 years. I knew she wasn't going anywhere. She also had been really successful and had earned like a lot of recognition with this company that I knew nothing about. But I saw her on a cruise, and I saw her on another thing, and I was just like, here broke and poor and unhealthy, and I'm going, why can't I, like, who is this woman? Why can't I be like her? I mean, the whole thing isn't really about her, but it was more like, I want to be doing those things and I want to be helping myself. So I'm just going to go for it. So I went through the process. I went to teambeachbody.com and I put the challenge pack in my cart. It asked me like all these questions about signing up, and I just typed Kim Carter as my coach. And I think when she got home, she was like, okay, I'm ready. I was like, oh, I already did it. I'm a coach. So what do we do now? And anyways, long story short, I changed a lot of things. I was able to get off my blood pressure medication for a little while. Since then, I've had some other issues dealing with stress, just like everybody else. I'm back on my blood pressure medication, but it is mainly a mindset thing. It runs in my family, and my doctor told me there's nothing I can do about it. So I have to take it like it's a vitamin every day and not think of it as medication that I can't prevent, because I had incredibly high, I had not high cholesterol, I had high good cholesterol. My doctor just told me like, on paper you're perfect. Like, we don't know why you have this problem, but it's because of my workouts and it's because of all this that all these things have changed. I've gone on to lose, I think my lowest weight was 145 pounds. That's 50 pounds. I've put some back on with COVID, but the thing is we have these tools at our disposal, and like, I'm never gonna get off my journey because of what it's taken me through. Divorce, stress with my child. I'm raising a teenager. Like, there's been a lot. So piggybacking on this whole community thing, coaching has blessed my life in so many ways. I've had moments where I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to pay my rent. I had times where like my electricity's been turned off, and I swear to you, like, having this control over a small part of my journey and able to make these blessings happen out of just helping people and sharing my story has just shown up in so many different ways. And I mean, I have so many things I could say, but in a nutshell, I mean, Beachbody doesn't like guarantee that you're going to make any kind of income. It takes work, and it takes like a commitment, but really it is all about building relationships and, you know, advocating for results, like I said earlier. So try not to ramble on. I hope that is enough for part of it, because there's a lot to say.
Yeah, that's awesome. And a couple points that you made in there too, and everybody on my team knows this. I have always said consistency is key. Always. And just like Suzanne said, she had seen me posting every day. And I'm not talking about elaborate posts. I mean, literally when I first started coaching, that was 7 years ago. It was in 2013. 7.5 years ago now. It was like a workout move of the day. It was like, hey, I have more energy. I actually feel better. Like, I mean, it was so simple way back then as far as what I would put up. But she saw me doing that every single day, and she knew I'd be there. And that's what I tell new coaches getting started, because everybody gets so concerned that, oh my gosh, they don't have like 10 people running to them in the first couple of weeks or even the first couple of months. Like, that's not how it works, because in this type of a business, people are naturally going to be skeptical. And that's something that you just have to be aware of. With any direct sales, network marketing kind of business, people are just naturally skeptical. That I was too. I'm pretty sure we all were, you know, and you have to put in the hard work. You have to stay at it and keep doing it consistently, or you will get nowhere. If you put in the hard work consistently, you can build this to whatever you want it to be, you know? And another thing that Suzanne said, and I was trying to, like, I was jotting down notes as she was talking, and the right word is not coming to my mind, but self-motivated. There we go. It just popped in my head. I wrote down independence and like able to learn. She was very self-motivated. When she called me that day, I was in Publix at the beach visiting my parents. When she's like, hey, I want to do this. I was like, what? I haven't talked to you like ever. Why are you calling me? Like, this is so weird, you know? But by the time I got home from that grocery store trip, it couldn't have been more than, I don't know, an hour at the most. She had figured out how to purchase her challenge pack, get it in her cart, which, I mean, it's not rocket science. Everybody shops online, right? But she got the challenge pack. She enrolled as a coach. She had already started the training by the time I got home and called her back. So like, being a self-motivated person and having a desire to just dig in and do it and learn, that goes so far as you becoming a successful coach. If you are one that, like, if you have to just be pushed and prodded to do every single little thing, it's probably not for you. You know, like, you have to have the desire to want to do this and make a change for yourself, for your family. You've got to have a strong why. You've got to know what it is that you want and why, and you've got to be willing to work for it. because this isn't an easy, it's not a hard job, but it's not an easy job either, because the activities are simple, but they're also simple to not do. Like going to vet school and practicing veterinary medicine, that was way harder than this, you know, but at the same time, I could force myself to study every single day until like 4 a.m, you know, and sometimes forcing myself to take these very simple, you know, activities that we need to do to run this business successfully. It's easy not to do it. So it's just kind of a whole different perspective. But basically the opportunity is there. You have to want it, and you have to actually take action. So with that, I kind of wanted to roll into kind of some 3 big, not big steps, but big items, I guess, that we focus on. The first one is mindset. The second one is our systems that we have for change. Basically you being a product of the products, which is absolutely critical if you're going to coach. And then accountability and mentorship. So with mindset, something that I know Suzanne and I both agree on, and this is something that I was very hesitant to start doing early on in my coaching career, is personal development. But I love that Beachbody as a company highly encourages us to do personal development, to always be reading personal development books or listening to podcasts or things that speak to us individually. It doesn't have to be a certain book, but something that speaks to you, and some, you know, an author, podcast speaker, whatever you call them, that you relate to. You've got to develop your mind, because this is going to get hard. Any job is going to get hard. Life is going to get hard. And once I started doing personal development, I realized how not only did it make me just in a better mental place for this particular job, but for life. And that is really hitting me hard now. Like Suzanne kind of mentioned, she's been through a divorce. During coaching, I am currently going through one. And I tell you, if not for the personal development that we've both been doing for the past 5 to 7 years, I think our situations would be drastically different than they are right now, like drastically different. So I am very glad that Beachbody has really pushed us to grow and always be developing ourselves as a person, you know. We're always supposed to be growing anyway. So that's one thing that we really, really focus on. Our systems that we have for change. This is, it's all going to start with your health and fitness journey, if you're not already, you know, in progress on that. Everybody needs to start as a client in a challenge group, hands down, because that's where all your clients are going to need to start. You need to know the programs. You need to know the 2 basic nutrition plans that we have. We've got 2B Mindset and Ultimate Portion Fix. Both are incredible. They're very different from each other, but they kind of target different groups of people, and they're amazing. So you need to know those 2 programs so that you can walk your clients through them. You need to have a good understanding of what, you know, the programs that are in our Beachbody On Demand library, and you need to be doing them from start to finish, not just jumping around. Oh, I'm going to do this workout today from this program, pick another program the next day, and pick another program the next week. You need to start a program and complete it and follow the workout schedule. And then once you complete that program, you pick another program and you do it from start to finish, because that's how you get your results. And that's how you show up consistently on social media and just in your friends in real life, you know, and they see you doing these programs and changing, you know, and experiencing this whole process. And that's what we call products of the products. And it has to start there. If you're not doing that, you're not going to get anywhere. But if you're not doing that, you're also not changing your health, right? And getting those results that you wanted anyway. So that's a really big deal. And then third, accountability and mentorship. Accountability, I kind of really use that more for our clients, or our challengers, we like to call them, people that maybe aren't coaches yet or aren't interested in being coaches, but are just really focused on their own health and fitness journey. As their coaches, we are keeping them accountable in our online Facebook groups or our online BOD groups, whichever platform you prefer. We are checking in with them a couple times a week, you know, behind the scenes, like in messages or emails or texts, whatever's best for each individual person. Hey, how you doing? What questions do you have? How is your nutrition this week? What are you thinking about the workouts? Like, you know, just hold them accountable, make sure everything's going well. And that's a really big part of our job. And then with you guys as our coaches, as our newer coaches, we're here to mentor you guys. And again, all the trainings are already in place. Like Beachbody has done all that work for us. We don't need to recreate the wheel. And that's why this is not a fancy call, not a fancy presentation. I'm literally in a sweatshirt and pajama bottoms. But this is how I work. So, you know, why get all dolled up when that's not how I am on a daily basis, right? This is real life here. But yes, corporate has all the trainings in place for us. We are here to make sure you're taking the right actions. You know, if you need help with what to say to somebody, we're just here to coach you along and just show you all the possibilities too. And being in these accountability groups, Suzanne kind of mentioned this too, that community that you form is powerful. It's really powerful. And the friendships that you form, like she said, we weren't friends all these years that we have known each other, right? And kind of been acquaintances. I think we even grew up in the same gymnastics gym when we were like little bitty, which is funny. We never knew it. Until we were at our first summit together and we were talking about it. I was like, what? I took gymnastics there. So you never know what's going to happen and who, you know, is going to become some of your closest friends and family. And we seriously call each other our family because that's how we view each other. We're there for each other. And I'm not just talking about Suzanne and I, our whole team, everybody in our accountability groups. I've seen so many really awesome relationships form between friends in our accountability groups that didn't know each other before starting their health journey. I know I have a lot of veterinary clients, and they tend to really bond together in our groups too and form outside friendships, you know, that started within our challenge groups, which is just really cool to see because we all need that connection, especially, you know, now in this past year, it's been more important than ever. But those are kind of the three big things that we focus on. Do you want to add anything to any of that, Suzanne?
Well, I mean,
we're rocking.
like, I'll just show you this. Like, let's talk about personal development here. I mean, really quickly, you just pick things that you feel like you need to work on. Like, there's not a set book that's going to save you. Like a book for me was You Are a Badass, and I've read it 4 times, but I've read it different times in my life, and it spoke to me in different ways. Then you read something, you know, that might develop your social media like presence, or you read something because you feel like your leadership skills aren't good. Like, you're constantly trying to tap into something that's going to make you a better person. So that's that. And then with our systems, like Kim said, the training is all there. Like, you're not, like, when she's talking about learning the programs and learning the nutrition programs, you're not going to have to just like blindly dive into this. There is training on every single program. There's training on every single nutrition thing. You can get certified as a master nutrition. What is it called? I can't even think.
Coach, master.
So you're like a master coach and ultimate portion fix or to be mindset certified.
I think it's
offers these courses for you to get certified in. You have this training and then you have this spread. I mean, it's awesome. And you can go, you automatically, the day you enroll, you have access to your coach online office where there's a library and there's all this great training. That's how I found it that day. I'd never even logged on to beachbody.com, and I was able to go through training and figure out how to rank advance like immediately. And then as far as accountability and mentorship, it's like you have leaders already like at your disposal. We're a part of Kim's team, which is a part of another team, which is a part of one of the top teams in the entire country. And we have access to these amazing people 24/7. So people that, have already walked the path that we all want to take. So their advice is legit. I mean, and they're there always. And then you've got Kim anyways, who is already leading all of us, and she's just a great mentor. So like there's no failing. Only failing would be as if you didn't try and you wanted to. So that's kind of my little takes on those three topics.
Awesome. And I've got a picture of our big team from, some of our big team that I'm going to share in a minute too, from the leadership retreat in Orlando, whatever year that was. I'm all thrown off since we didn't have anything last year because of COVID.
Yeah.
It seems like all this stuff happened last year, but it was actually 2 years ago. So anyway, and just kind of next, I kind of want to go into different reasons that people might want to coach, I guess. But I wanted to throw out first, there are so many really cool things that we earn with this business too. And we're not going to go into all the details about like how we earn money, our retail commissions. There's all these bonuses, cycle bonuses, quarterly bonuses, like all this stuff. There's so many different ways that we earn. But there is an amazing video that one of our coaches made, and it's 11 minutes long, and it is on like a little Vimeo. Is that how you say it? I don't even know how to say that word. Vimeo link. Great overview of actually how we make money. And so we will send you that. If you want all of those details and you want to see the numbers, just let us know and we will send you that link. It's super easy to watch. It's amazing. So again, why recreate the wheel, right? It's already done for us. So, but other things that we earn besides income, right? Trips. We all want to go on trips again so bad. But we have this thing called Success Club. And I guess I should say first, we earn Success Club prizes kind of every 3 months that we hit Success Club. And that's basically, you can consider it bringing 3 new people in per month with a starter pack. I call them starter packs, challenge packs. It's basically a combination of our Beachbody On Demand library and your shakes. That's how people get started. 3 a month gets you in Success Club, and we earn fun goodies like the hat that Suzanne has on, I think was one of the Success Club gifts. Sweatshirts, backpacks. This year, like the month 12 prize is a new pair of Ray-Bans. Last year it was a Theragun. The year before that it was like a massive piece of hard case like luggage. It was awesome. T-shirts, like all these things. So Success Club is definitely a goal for every coach wanting to work this business, because prizes are just fun, right? And then to me, more importantly, are the trips. I love to travel. I hate to be in the same place for too many months in a row, which is probably why I want to travel again so freaking bad. It's because I've been in Tennessee way too long. Thank you, pandemic. But when we hit Success Club and earn those Success Club points, we also earn trip dollars to an all-inclusive vacation once a year. You have to earn it. You have to have a certain amount of SC points and kind of these things to qualify. It's not, if you're bringing in 3 new people a month, it is not hard to earn the trip and get it completely paid for, except for airfare. But it's always at either an all-inclusive resort for like, 5 or 6 days, or a cruise. Now I'm guessing a cruise probably isn't going to be happening in the near future, but we do know that next year is going to be Hard Rock Punta Cana, which is Dominican, right? Yeah, and we've been to that resort already, and it was amazing. So that's just, to me, that is one of the biggest perks. I love the trips because there are vacations. You can bring your family if you want. If you don't want to, fine, just hang with your team, bring the family and hang with the team. Like, we always do a mixture of it, but it's not a bunch of business stuff. It is literally a paid for vacation. There's that. We have our summit once a year, which is usually in the summertime. It's usually July. This coming year, it's in St. Louis. So much fun, live workouts with the trainers, so much training, team bonding. Like, it's just the most incredible and slightly overwhelming, but amazing experience. It is nonstop. It's like summer camp. It's like the adult version of summer camp, truly. It's incredible. What else do we have? We have like quarterly events, and our bigger team that Suzanne kind of mentioned, our big team Diesel Nation, they typically do like leadership retreats throughout the year or once a year. I try to do one for our team once a year when we can. So just as many opportunities as we can to get together and just enjoy each other and enjoy that community that we've built. So to me, besides income, because that's obviously kind of a huge deal for me, this is my full-time job. All the trips and the perks and the team building and the team bonding and all this camaraderie, that is just the best thing for me. So, but other things I wanted to mention. For some people, they get into coaching because it's about their purpose in life and finding what their purpose is. Maybe they have another full-time job. Maybe they don't. We have people on our team that kind of go both ways, don't necessarily need this from an income standpoint, but they need it from like a personal fulfillment standpoint. And helping people in this capacity is truly a blessing. Like, it is incredible to get messages from people about helping them get off medications, helping them feel better and have more confidence in their own skin, and just being a better mom, being able to have the energy and the stamina to play with their kids, after a long day at work. I will never forget one of my amazing clients. Oh, she's the sweetest thing. The very first discussion I ever had with her on the phone, she was like, Kim, I just want to be able to get home from work and have the energy to play with my children. Like, that was all she wanted. It wasn't about numbers on a scale or a certain size. She just wanted to be able to play with her kids. And that girl has rocked it, and she can totally play with her kids now. So it's different for everybody. And then for other people, it's about purpose and passion, but it's also about needing another source of income. And maybe it's to make ends meet, just to, pay a couple of the bills. One of our upline coaches, Becky, I always remember her saying she needed $50 extra a week to pay for diapers. That was her goal when she started. $50 a week. Totally transformed her life, because now she makes mid six figures a year, I'm pretty sure. Low to mid six figures a year, maybe seven. I don't like, it's ridiculous. So it started with $50. That's all she needed, was $50 a week. For some, it's paying that grocery bill. It's knowing where your rent money is coming from, or your mortgage, car loans. For some people, I have a lot of people, again, since I was in the veterinary profession, I have a lot of people that use this and take their Beachbody income and put it straight to student loans, just to start paying down that debt. And some people, it's saving for college for their kids. Some people, it's just saving for family vacations. Like, they've got everything else covered. They just want to be able to have the flexibility and the freedom to go on a freaking family vacation, It's, like I said, it's different for all of us. For me personally, I was at a point where I knew that I needed out of veterinary medicine before I went like cuckoo in the head. It was driving me crazy. I was looking for plan B. I was actually doing an online medical transcription course. I was like, this is going to be a major pay cut, but I'm going to do it because I got to get out of vet med, and this will put me at home where I want to be. I want it to be at home to start, raising a family. I want it to be at home. So that was my goal, and coaching fell in my lap, and I ran with it, sold my vet practice. 2 years later, I had blown by my veterinary salary. Hopefully I never have to go back, right? I don't plan to. It has kept on growing since then. And now, going through a divorce right now, this becomes even more real, because I feel so blessed that I don't have to worry about going out and getting another job. Like, I'm good, I'm stable. I've got it. I don't need, a bunch of his money, right? I can do this on my own. And that is freeing. Like, to me, that is that is freedom right there, to not have to freak out and stress out about all that, and know that I will make income wise what I put into this time wise. Basically, it's what it boils down to. And yes, insert our income disclaimer. Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success. It's basically how the work you put in, right? So kind of two different viewpoints, I guess you'd say, on why a lot of people get into this. Suzanne, do you want to throw anything in there?
I mean, yeah, I mean, I work, and I've always pretty much had a full-time job, pretty much, and I'm able to have a successful supplemental income, just to kind of help me. And I've been through a divorce, and I have had to pay the mortgage on my own, and it has been a rough time, but I always had this little tiny bit, a tiny, I guess you wouldn't say $500 to $1,500 a month is tiny, but that's supplemental. And like, what would you do with, like, for me, I'm about to hit my $50,000 made with Beachbody. So if I had never done this, I would be $50,000 short right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I mean, like Kim said, it's not guaranteed, but that is huge. And all I do is work out, drink a shake, and help people do the same and feel better. Not doing anything special or magic. It's just you have to have a passion for it and kind of have an entrepreneurial spirit, and you like have to have an excitement for life and be cool with ups and downs, because life is not always perfect, and you just have to show up. And this could be you. It could be you. I don't know.
Very well said. That's the majority of what I have kind of that I wanted to touch on. I wanted to show a few other pictures. I want to show Suzanne's transformation, the photos that you put together, and then I put together some of just kind of pictures that I love that represent why I do this. And just kind of, you know, for both of us, I think we've kind of already said it all basically, but how much this has changed our lives. And just by digging in, taking that leap of faith, learning it as we go. That's another thing. Some people think that they can't jump into coaching until they have already had their transformation and already gotten to their goal weight or goal size or whatever it is you're going for. That is so not true. You jump in and you run with it, you know, and you share that journey the whole way, because more people are going to be inspired by watching your journey on a day-to-day basis than by looking at somebody that seems to have, you know, already hit their big goal. Like, oh, well, this is easy for them. Like, they haven't struggled at all. Like, your people following you or watching you need to see that whole journey. So don't ever think you have to be at your end result already to get started with this, because that couldn't be farther from the truth. I had another thing I was going to say about that, and I forgot what it was. Oh, but just jump in. Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah. Don't also feel like you have to have done all of the trainings. Because like Suzanne said, there's a lot of trainings back there in our online offices that you could potentially do. And you'll get to them in time when you need them to reach the next step. But getting started, like, you just have to do it. You have to get over the fear of posting on social media. I think both of us, I know for me, I never posted a thing. I never shared a picture. I never commented. Like, I just scrolled through people's pictures. That's all I did. So getting over that fear right at the beginning, just do it. Like, you just have to do it. There's no other way around it. You just have to do it. Unless you're going to talk to every single person in person, which you're not going to come into contact with that many people on a daily basis, especially not with COVID, right? So we're lucky if we can see one other person, right? But you just have to do it. You have to take that leap of faith and you have to go for it. And you have to lean on us for support. And we are here to try to help you not make all of the same mistakes that we made getting started. I know we both made a lot of them. So, and that's okay, because we are where we are today. because we kept on trudging through the obstacles, right? So let's see here. I just want to show, let me share my screen real quick. I'm going to share your picture, Suzanne.
Okay.
That's my picture. Where's your picture? Here's your picture. Okay, can you see that?
Yeah.
Go for it.
So the picture in the blue sports bra there is the day that I called Kim. Like that
was the very first picture you ever sent me.
Yeah. And that is the day. And if you want a description of how I was feeling, it was, I could barely walk up the stairs. Those shorts, it doesn't really do it justice, but those are an XXL. And I was not sleeping good. I felt terrible. I honestly I can't even describe this person, like doormats hid behind the doors of my house. I never left. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't care like to look nice because I never felt nice. Zuri was 4 years old, I think 4 or 5, and I didn't really have any energy or care to really hang out with her because I felt so terrible. And then the picture up top there is basically just a picture I took a few weeks ago or a month or so ago. And I mean, even though I am not perfect on my journey, I am so much happier and I'm okay with things. I've learned that I have everything that I need to make the changes that I need to, like reining myself back in and having that confidence and support is so huge for just your mental health. I am a completely different person than I was 5 years ago, or whenever that was. It's almost 6 because my coaching anniversary is coming up. But I mean, it just makes me sad to look at this old picture because, like, if I had started even 2 years earlier, like when I was trying to and I was too scared, I mean, I could have felt more like her a lot sooner. Then this picture down on the bottom is our version of Summit this year because we couldn't go to, where were we supposed to go? New Orleans again?
Mm-hmm.
And so we went to Kim's farm, and all of us were in quarantine at least for a little while, so we weren't socially irresponsible. But we what is it? Chromecasted the summit. We did our workouts together. Kim gave us a bunch of cool prizes and little presents, and we had a blast. And we did photo shoots, and I don't know. These are my people right here, and it's pretty amazing. I mean, there's more of us that were not able to come. A lot of people were struggling, as you know, this year. So we've all felt a lot of heartbreak and challenges, and we're all still here. So we're all in it together. So that's my team.
Love it. Love it. We had so much fun at the farm. It was a good trip. Our photo shoots were pretty epic, I think. The cornfield one was pretty epic. And I just wanted to share some of these just because these are kind of all wrapped up in 4 little pictures here. Some of my biggest reasons that I continue to coach. I don't know that there's anything that would ever make me stop coaching. I do not see that happening, but because it truly has just drastically changed my life. So y'all saw my picture from right after pregnancy. This was last month. So kind of an updated version. I have the same sports bra as in that other picture. I just noticed that. But this is current me, which I am very happy with, to continue progressing, but love it. This was Suzanne and I that was Riviera Maya, I'm pretty sure, one of our successful trips. And this picture, to me, it's just the ultimate freedom. And again, travel is a big, big deal for both of us personally. We don't do well without travel. But I remember thinking when I couldn't afford to go on all-inclusive type vacations or vacations, period. And two, couldn't take the time off of work, especially not when I owned my veterinary practice, to go anywhere. If I wasn't at that practice working, the clinic made no money. So like, where was I going to go? I wasn't going to take off a week to go somewhere, right? So to me, this is just ultimate freedom in so many ways, time freedom, just being in control of my life and being the CEO basically. And that is something that I love. I love it so much. My little munchkin here, this was just last month, stretching with me. And for me, I remember always growing up working out with my mom. Granted, it was like Jane Fonda step aerobics, but I love seeing her grow up knowing that healthy eating for a 5-year-old anyway, I mean, she loves cucumbers. That's a start, right? And exercising and being active, like that is a normal part of daily life. And she knows that. And she loves working out with me. And that just, I don't know, that just makes me so happy. And then this, I couldn't fit the whole picture in there, but this was at a leadership retreat with part of our bigger team in Orlando pre-COVID. I guess it was in October or November of 2019, but basically some of our upline mentors rented out this massive mansion. I'm talking like, I think it was 15,000 square feet, like 25 rooms or something ridiculous like that. It was incredible and had speakers come in and training. And Megan Davies, the MBF girl, was there with us doing live workouts every day. And so it's like fun stuff like that we get to look forward to. I might try to do the best that I can with little, team things for us, but then we also have access to Diesel Nation too. And they are just incredible. So anyway, those are just kind of some of my special pictures there. So, that's really about it. Anything else you want to add, Suzanne? I think.
No, I mean, most of you, most likely you're already a challenger of ours, most likely. And if you're not, will be, because that's how you start. But if you are a challenger already, just talk to one of us about how you can just upgrade and become a coach with what you already have, because there's tons of options. Then we'll just get you into our like training things that we're going to do and like walk you through this so that you don't feel like you're blind here. So when you're ready, like maybe you've already signed up and you're just dipping your toes into the water, or if you're planning to, just let us know what info you need to make a decision. Because really, truly, if you're receiving this video, we've already decided that you're going to be a good fit for our team. So we already know it's going to work out. It just takes you. So I don't know, just reach out to us with what questions you have.
Yep. And we can send also that other video we were talking about that goes into all the earnings information, because it's a really good video. So we can send that to you guys and talk about getting started. Like Suzanne said, if you've already got your challenge pack, it's an easy upgrade. If you haven't been in our challenge groups yet, that's where you start. You start with yourself. So you'll be getting your challenge pack soon. But ask us any and all questions. We're here for you. Reach out to either one of us. And we would love to get you started on this journey and help you see all the success too.
It's going to be an amazing year with us. So just saying, this is the time. January is when you should do this. I mean, and if you're seeing this video in another month, you just do it now.
And truly, like with everybody transitioning to home gyms now, I mean, really good time to get in on this too. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to a regular gym now. Granted, I don't like regular gyms anyway, so that's a little bit biased, but can you imagine going to a gym and having to like run on a treadmill and wear a mask? No, I think I'd die. So,
In my apartment, I'm supposed to, and at my apartment gym. So, like right now, I mean, we honestly don't know what's going to happen. So if you have control over your situation and can help other people take control over their situation, you're going to be successful.
yep, yep. Well, all right, we will wrap it up. But thank you guys so much for hopping on, for watching the recording, whichever way you're looking at this, and just hit us up with your messages. We are very, very excited to do this with you and show you the ropes and get you to work. All right. Okay. Well, we will get this recording up as soon as we can, and y'all have a good night.